what is up? It's Belinda. Welcome back to my channel. Hi, how are you doing? Happy Sunday. Well, I wish this video was under happier circumstances, but this is going to be a more serious video today because, of course, as I'm sure you've probably seen by now, Travis Scott's ASTROWORLD Fest left 8 people losing their lives. I'm sure you've seen the news by now, but there's quite a lot to get into with this. I really wanted to come and make a video on it, but I wanted to wait until overnight to see if any more information came out, because there's a lot of crazy conspiracy theories surrounding the tragic events that have gone on at this festival. Of course, the yesterday of the festival was cancelled, but we're going to get into it. I've collected a lot of clips from online, some information. I've read some articles from publications like The Guardian. You've also had TMZ putting out stuff. You've had a lot of different news outlets covering this, of course, because it's major news. So the ASTROWORLD Festival was attended by like 50,000 people. So it was a huge event. I saw a lot of people posting about it on social media because I follow people like beauty gurus, makeup artists. 2 people that I saw posting about it who were actually going to the festival was Jeffree Star's makeup artist Boomkat and also Gabriel Zamora. Those were 2 people I saw posting about it. You know, they were posting about the Friday at the festival. When they got there, going through the entrance, all of that stuff, I saw that on their stories. And, you know, sort of didn't think anything of it. Oh, you know, they're going out having a great time to a festival. But then, unfortunately, later on that day, the news broke that something tragic had happened at the festival, that there'd been a huge crush of people as soon as Travis Scott took to the stage. I want to try and cover this topic with as much sensitivity as I can, given that the families of these people are grieving right now, and also just the severity of the situation. I think it needs some care when you're talking about it. You know, something such as this, it's, you know, it's a tragedy. It's not tea, it's not drama. You know, that's why I'm not here flipping my fan and making it about a makeup look, because that is not what this situation is about. It's not about me. It's about the severity of the situation and what happened at the festival. You know, it's very, very tragic. And warning, you know, trigger warning, there is going to be a lot of kind of graphic imagery and footage of what happened at the festival in this video. So if you're triggered by seeing, you know, people passed out and all that kind of thing, then maybe watch another video. But for now, we're going to get into this. Somebody who has received a lot of backlash online, aside from Travis Scott, over everything that went on at this festival is, of course, Kylie Jenner. Now, Kylie Jenner was at the festival with their daughter Stormi. She was there, but she was like further back at the festival. I'm assuming she was in some kind of VIP area or something. From her IG story post, that's how it looked yesterday when I was flicking through her IG story posts. It looked like she was in a sort of separate VIP area. You know, it looked a little bit more luxurious than what you'd expect from just going around, you know, mixing with the everyday people at the festival. So here's Kylie Jenner's IG story. In these stories, if you look closely towards the end part of her stories, you can see ambulances struggling to get through the crowd to help people.
me, let's do it. Lost on Irish giving in both cards. Just bring your girl, feel like she both bars. Some black nigga run to the ocean. So far we here, trapped on the ocean. I'm just one day away from going. I'm just one angel away from going.
That little clip there was very shocking. You know, you saw a girl climbing up a ladder, going to the stage, going to a camera guy screaming, "There is someone dead, there is someone dead," and her friend or the guy who came up behind her screaming, "Stop the show, stop the show." You know, so it was really, really clear that something was going very wrong. And when people were actually getting up to the stage to tell people at the festival, people working there, like that camera guy, that something was going very wrong, that there was somebody dead, they did nothing. They did absolutely nothing. You saw there, that camera guy just continued to film because the festival in Houston, Texas was being streamed on Apple Music. So he was just carrying on, doing his job, completely ignoring the fact that a girl was there telling him somebody is dead under here.
Did have problems on the front. Kids, for whatever reason, started rushing, and it got out of control a little bit, but we got it under control. But I don't think this incident is related to what happened that caused the deaths. Okay? Anything else?
Hey, Chief, what about tomorrow? Will ASTROWORLD continue?
No, and again, I want to thank Live Nation and everybody's involved for working with us and realizing, you know what, we got to grieve for these families right now, and that's most important. Help them put their lives back together. Help them get through this tough time. And I want to thank them for, and everybody, the judge and everybody, for saying, you know what, we're not going to have a concert tomorrow.
So that was the Houston Police Department there. They are now saying that they're launching investigations into the 8 deaths that happened at the festival. They're saying that they're going to be doing autopsies on those who did pass away. Now, to me, there seems to be a lot of strange kind of conspiracy theories going around surrounding these deaths. One of the conspiracies that I'm seeing is that there was somebody going around injecting drugs into people at the festival. That's one thing that I've seen pop up. And now I'm like, I don't know. To me, this all looks a little bit like a cover-up for the fact that the organisation of the festival was bad and that there was negligence when it came to crowd control.
I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night. We're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. You know, my fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, you know, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, you know, help them get the help they need, you know.
Just play it slowly. We need somebody to help him. Somebody passed out right here. Somebody passed out right here. Hold on, don't touch him, don't touch him. Everybody just back up. Security, somebody help jump in real quick. Keep going, just keep it just right. Somebody jump in, come on, security, get in there, let's get in there, let's get in there, let's get in there, let's get in there. Yeah. Standing in the ocean.
I could just never imagine the severity of the situation. We've been working closely with everyone to just try to get to the bottom of this. The city of Houston, HPD, fire department, you know, everyone to, you know, help us figure this out. So if you have any information, contact your local authorities. Everybody continue to just keep your prayers I mean, I'm honestly just devastated, and I could never imagine anything like this just happening. And I'm gonna do everything I can to keep you guys updated and just keep you guys informed on what's going on. Love you all.
So that was Travis Scott kind of making excuses or attempting some kind of apology on his social media there. But the festival has left 8 people who died and also more than 300 who were taken to a local hospital. This clip from somebody who was there says it wasn't drug related, it was because of the stampede. There are so many clips and so much footage online where you can clearly see that people were being trampled. It was the stampede that caused people to be crushed. You know, now I've been to a lot of festivals myself. I've experienced similar situations to this, which didn't result in any deaths. But, you know, it's clear that crowd control was a problem at ASTROWORLD. Kylie Jenner, since posting her clips from the festival, has now finally been on her IG and put out a statement. However, Kylie is getting a lot of backlash for the statement. The statement reads, "Travis and I are broken and devastated. My thoughts and prayers are with all who lost their lives, were injured or affected in any way by yesterday's events. And also for Travis, who I know cares so deeply for his fans and the Houston community. I want to make it clear we weren't aware of any fatalities until the news came out after the show, and in no world would have continued filming or performing. I'm sending my deepest condolences to all the families during this difficult time and will be praying for the healing of everyone who has been impacted." As I said at the beginning of the video, I've been following this situation since the news broke on Friday night or Saturday morning for me. It's now Sunday morning here and we've got more news that's come out. We found out who the deceased are, and we've also found out that their ages range from 14 to 27. There are also reports of one boy who was just 10 years old who was a fatality in the event. Accounts from people who actually attended the festival say as soon as Travis Scott jumped out on stage, it was like an energy took over and everything went haywire. All of a sudden, your ribs are being crushed, you have someone's arm in your neck, you're trying to breathe but you can't. This lady then went on to say that her friend was punched and separated from her, and then they managed to actually escape, but that it was like a real terror moment trying to actually get out of there and not fall into a pile of people. She also went on to say that people were laughing as, you know, she was struggling to get out because they didn't realise the severity of the situation. Then she also says that after she got to safety, she saw people who were injured being moved on gurneys and in wheelchairs. "It was literally the scariest night of my life. I literally thought I was going to die trying to get out. That's just not what you pay for." 17 people were taken to hospital, including 11 in cardiac arrest. The event's promoters had arranged for medical units to be on the scene, but they were overwhelmed. More than 300 people were taken to the local hospital. This has been the highest number of accidental deaths at a US festival since 2003 in Rhode Island. ASTROWORLD organisers put out a statement saying, "Our hearts are with the ASTROWORLD Festival family tonight, especially those we lost and their loved ones." And that was it. That was it. No, "Oh, we're going to offer to pay for the funerals" or anything like that. Just a basic statement. "Oh, we're sorry." And that was supposed to be good enough. Houston Police Chief Troy Finner has said that their homicide and narcotics divisions will now be investigating the matter. "We do have a report of a security officer, according to the medical staff that was out and treated him last night, that he was reaching over to grab a citizen and felt a prick in his neck, so like he was being injected." So this is, again, the kind of conspiracy that there was somebody going around injecting drugs, lethal drugs, into people at ASTROWORLD Festival. Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but what I find most distressing about all of this was that both Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott just said, "Oh, we're sending thoughts and prayers to all those who lost a loved one." It's like, you know, you can do a lot better than that, surely. You can offer to pay for funeral costs. You can get in touch with those families, because this is Travis Scott's event. ASTROWORLD is Travis Scott's festival. So he's responsible. His name is at the top of that festival. He's responsible for this, for making sure that the punters who go to the festival are safe. And it seems that crowd control was really, really neglected at this festival. Like I say, I have been to many festivals myself in my lifetime. I've been to huge festivals such as Glastonbury. I've been to Reading. I've been to Leeds. I've been to Ozfest. I've been to Download. You know, all of these different rock festivals where it's heavy music, where there are mosh pits, you know, circle pits, all of this going on. You know, and one other thing that I want to say is with regards to things like mosh pits or circle pits, you know, there's always kind of etiquette at all of these festivals that I've ever been to. There's always been, you know, you've got your mosh pit there, and there's always been people standing around the outside of the mosh pit who are kind of protecting the people both inside and outside of the pit. You know, you get people with their arms outstretched like this, and they're literally doing this, you know, literally like protecting people from being dragged in to the mosh pit, where people are running and jumping around in there, and also, you know, helping people who want to get out of the mosh pit. There is this kind of etiquette, you know, when you're in a mosh pit, if you see somebody who falls, you pick them up. Are you all right, mate? Do you want to go out? You know, whatever. If you see somebody with a bloody nose, injured, whatever, you lift them out. You make sure they get to safety, they get to first aid, whatever. You know, there is that kind of general etiquette at all the gigs I've been to, where there are mosh pits, where there are large crowds, you know, festivals. I've always had that experience. So this that happened at ASTROWORLD definitely could have been avoided. You know, for the fact that they didn't seem to control the crowd right from the get-go with this festival, because as soon as doors were opened, people rushed in at the gate and people were falling on the floor then. So like, if that's the very first, you know, as soon as you open the gates of the festival, then that tells you it's going to be a little bit crazy when it comes to the performers on stage performing, the headliners. People really want to see the acts, you know, people are pumped. It's like, it just seems very, very negligent, like the organisation was bad for this festival. And I do think it falls on Travis Scott's head. I'm also disgusted at Kylie Jenner and her actions. She left that Instagram story with the ambulance going through the crowd to try and help those people who were in danger. She left that Instagram story up for at least 24 hours. Like, oh, and your excuse for not taking it down was you didn't know there were fatalities. You did, bitch, you did. Because how come I saw people who were at the festival on the Friday, who couldn't go back for the Saturday because it got cancelled, of course. I saw both Jeffree Star's makeup artist Boomkak, beauty guru Gabriel Zamora. I saw them on the very early Saturday morning put out statements saying that their condolences went out to the families of the people who had died at the festival. So it took Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott until like much more than 24 hours later to say anything regarding the people who lost their lives at the festival. That to me is disgraceful. Anyway, please do let me know all your thoughts and opinions on this situation. I do think it's very, very badly handled by ASTROWORLD. No two ways about that. The conspiracy theory about somebody going around injecting people with a lethal drug at the festival, I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I think that that is just a cover-up for, you know, the festival being so badly organised, or if that is really something that genuinely happened. You know, as it says in the news, in the media, there are going to be autopsies carried out on people who did unfortunately lose their lives to see if they were injected with anything. But I just think that this is, you know, it's a bit of a funny coincidence that they're trying to blame it on people being injected with drugs. For me, it's just, it doesn't make sense, you know. Anyway, Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry for all the audio difficulty in this video. Take care of yourselves. I love you, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.